People-pleasing looks like kindness on the outside, but on the inside, it's often fear, a fear of rejection, abandonment, or not being enough. It's not your personality, it's a survival strategy. Today we're going to talk about the wound that lives behind it, and how to begin healing. You say yes when you want to say no. You overthink texts. You feel guilty when you rest. You lose sleep over how someone perceives you. You put their emotions before your own and then wonder why you feel so drained. You walk on eggshells around certain people. You put other people's needs before your own and then resent them for not doing the same for you. But what if I told you there's an invisible cost to people-pleasing, that doing this for other people is slowly bleeding you dry? You might think you're being selfless, but you're sacrificing yourself. And the more you sacrifice, the more you stand to lose. Welcome back to our channel where we help you understand yourself and others through the lens of psychology. First, let's paint the picture of a people-pleaser. They're always trying to make others happy, avoid conflict, keep the peace, and put others first. But here's the catch: they feel miserable. Why? Because while they're busy trying to please everyone, they're completely ignoring themselves. Why do you do what you do? We don't choose to be people-pleasers because we like doing things for other people. We become people-pleasers because we're trying to heal wounds within ourselves. In today's video, we'll explore the hidden wound behind people-pleasing and how it affects us. Stick around until the end to discover how you can start healing it. Now let's meet Claire. She seems like the perfect friend, always organizing fun get-togethers, lending a helping hand and making sure everyone feels included. But beneath her sunny demeanor, she's struggling. Claire's afraid of disappointing others, so she puts their needs and wants before her own. She's so busy trying to keep everyone happy that she's forgotten what she wants. Or has she? What does Claire really want? We all struggle with people-pleasing, but some of us struggle more than others. If you grew up in a household where love was conditional, you might have learned to people-please at a young age. Imagine growing up in an environment where affection depended on your ability to make others happy. Your parents might have showered you with love and praise when you won a spelling bee or aced a test, but ignored your efforts in everything else. You might have felt like you had to be perfect all the time just to get the love and attention you deserved. This kind of conditional love can leave you feeling like you're never good enough and can push you to people-please in order to get the affection you crave. Maybe peace in your family home meant keeping everyone else happy. You might have grown up in a house where arguments and yelling were common, and the only way to stop the storm was to keep the peace. You might have taken on the role of the family peacemaker, always trying to smooth things over and make everyone get along. But this comes at a cost. By avoiding conflict and suppressing your own emotions, you might have sacrificed your true feelings and needs, leaving you feeling disconnected from yourself and your family. Perhaps you were the problem child. If you were the problem child, you know the sting of being ignored or worse, punished for expressing your wants and needs. Maybe every time you asked for something, you were told to just do it yourself or simply brushed off. You might have been constantly criticized for not being enough, whether it was about your appearance, your grades, or your personality. As a result, you could have started to believe that your feelings aren't valid, or that you're too much of a bother to listen to. In those situations, you might have learned to look after yourself and fend for yourself. So you became self-reliant early on, perhaps even before you were ready. Or maybe you had indifferent parents who didn't care about your feelings at all. If your parents didn't care about your feelings, you might have learned to ignore your own needs and feelings, thinking that no one cared anyway. You might have become very good at hiding how you truly feel and putting the needs of others first. But why do you do what you do? We don't choose to be people-pleasers because we like doing things for other people. We become people-pleasers because we're trying to heal wounds within ourselves. People-pleasing can feel good initially. Helping others and being liked makes us feel needed, appreciated, and part of a community. But there's a point where it crosses a line from being generous to being self-sacrificing. That's where the invisible cost comes into play. Here are a few signs you're paying the invisible cost of people-pleasing. You say yes when you want to say no. Do you find yourself constantly agreeing to plans, tasks, or favors, even when you'd rather not? When you feel pressured to say yes, ask yourself, why do you feel compelled to agree? Is it because you genuinely want to help, or do you fear disappointing someone if you refuse? You overthink texts. Do you spend hours overanalyzing messages? Perhaps you scrutinize every word and punctuation mark, looking for hidden meanings. Why do you feel the need to read between the lines? Could it be that you're anticipating rejection or criticism even in the friendliest messages? You feel guilty when you rest. Do you feel guilty taking breaks or using time for self-care? You might feel like you should always be doing more, or that resting means you're not being productive enough. Why do you feel this guilt? Are you punishing yourself for prioritizing your own needs? You lose sleep over how someone perceives you. Do you toss and turn at night, worrying about what others think of you? Why does their opinion carry so much weight? Could it be that you're seeking validation to compensate for your own insecurities? You put their emotions before your own, and then wonder why you feel so drained. Are you always the first to drop what you're doing to help someone else? Do you prioritize their needs, even if it inconveniences you greatly? Why do you put their needs before your own? Is it because you're afraid of losing their approval or causing them any distress? If you resonated with these scenarios, it's essential to acknowledge the toll this constant people-pleasing is taking on you. Prioritizing others is not inherently wrong, but doing so at the expense of your own well-being can lead to burnout, anxiety, and resentment. These negative emotions can erode your relationships and make it challenging to enjoy your life. Behind every behavior is a wound waiting to be understood. In the case of people-pleasing, the wound is often a belief that you must earn love. You might think this belief is yours, but it was given to you. You can give it back. Here are some examples of beliefs that can cause you to people-please. I have to be perfect. Does the thought, I have to be perfect, echo in your mind? Perhaps you feel like you need to do everything right all the time, or that any mistake will lead to rejection. But here's the truth. No one expects you to be perfect. We all make mistakes, and it's okay if you're not perfect. I'm not lovable as I am. Do you believe that you need to change who you are to be loved? Remember, you are already enough just the way you are. You deserve to be loved and accepted for who you are, not who you think you should be. I don't deserve happiness. If you feel you don't deserve happiness, you might think something is wrong with you. But the truth is, everyone deserves happiness. Your feelings are valid and your needs are important. Others are more important than me. Do you put others before yourself, to a fault? It's okay to consider others, but not at the expense of your own well-being. You are not less important than anyone else. These beliefs might seem ingrained in you, but they're not facts. They're opinions masquerading as facts. They're like old, worn-out shoes that you've been wearing for so long that you don't remember why you chose them. It's time to check the fit. Are these beliefs still serving you, or are they holding you back? Healing from people-pleasing is like mending a broken wing. It's painful, but necessary if you want to fly again. It's about learning to love yourself despite your flaws and imperfections. Here are some ways to start healing from the wound behind people-pleasing. Practice saying no without over-explaining. Start by saying no to small requests. You don't owe anyone an explanation for not doing something. It's okay to simply say no and move on. Ask yourself, what do I actually want? Take time to sit with this question in your moments of quiet. Your inner voice knows what you need even if your outer self doesn't. Remind yourself, disappointing someone else doesn't mean I've done something wrong. Disappointment doesn't define you. It's just a temporary setback on your journey towards self-discovery. Set boundaries. It's okay to set boundaries and stick to them. You can't pour from an empty cup. And if you don't take care of yourself, who will? Practice self-compassion. Treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding you would offer to a friend. Be patient with yourself. It's okay to make mistakes. The goal isn't perfection, it's progress. Connect with others who understand. Share your experiences and feelings with others who know what it's like to people please. You're not alone in this journey. Remember, healing takes time, but it's worth it. The more you practice self-love and acceptance, the less you'll feel the need to people please. The real you is underneath all that overgiving, the version of you who's brave enough to be seen, even if it ruffles feathers. You don't have to shrink to be loved. You don't have to disappear to feel safe. You're allowed to show up as you are and still be enough. Always. Have you ever struggled with people-pleasing? Share your experiences in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, share it with others who may benefit. And don't forget to subscribe. Until next time.